Hi guys, good evening. Just one more second and I'll be ready. Yep. Hey Nick, how are you? Good evening. We have only few people joining in today. Hi, Hammer Time. Hi, Vasudha. Hi, Raghu. Hi, Kamal. Hi, Abhinav. Hi, Ganesh. So guys, today was really a day which I most likely avoided because I was pretty much done with my daily goals. And once I achieved that, I did not even look back into the market. And that's helping me a lot because I have a really big problem of over trading. And now once I do my goal, I do not look whether I can be like a hero in a single day. I just try to achieve what I have planned. Once I do that, I get out of the market and then wait for the next day. So tomorrow will be a little critical because we closed at a very important area. We broke that area, and now in the after hours, we're trying to do something meaningful in the futures. It's not, I would say, a very significant move, but a little range is getting established, both on the higher side and on the lower side. Hi Ram, hi Vikram, hi Chris. Uh, Good evening, everyone. All right, so hi Macy. So yeah, let me stop the music. Okay, so let's start from yesterday's sheet and see what exactly worked, what did not, and then we'll move on to the scanners and then the analysis. So the idea was buy above 40.10. That situation came. We opened around 40.15, 14.16. We hit 40.40 and that's it. We could not sustain. Also, I gave very clearly that there's a high possibility of a fake breakout because we could not close above 40.70. Exactly that happened. We went below 39.85, 39.95, hit 39.60, 39.50, and then bounced back multiple times. NQ went to 12,900, 13,000, came back almost like in this range, 12,700 to 13,000. It was relatively stronger. Okay. Triple Q hit around 313, 314. Same thing. Now it's hovering around 310, 311. Apple did 162, and I clearly mentioned that 157.5 dark pool area. When the market went down, Apple tested that, and I did put that information in my Telegram community that be uh, aware of that 157.50 area. So when Apple reached there, it bounced. AMD did 102. Amazon did 101.60 and then got rejected. Etsy did somehow in this range. Google 105.60 and above was there. Gold did 186. Meta, you want to go long for 200.26. It did that one more time. Netflix, I have no idea why it ran. It broke down yesterday and now it opened above my stop loss and ran almost $26. No idea what happened. Nvidia, it wasn't like a range, 275. I did try a sell on this, but it didn't work out. Roblox was sell, which was perfect. Tesla was a buy, it worked, and that's about it. DI, I did not check. It's hovering around 310, 312. but I did not check honestly on this. So more or less, I traded Square because it had some serious drawdown, and then I took a risk on Square and Costco. I shared that in my uh, community, and that's it. I did not do anything else. So let's start from the scanners. Let's see if we have any of the hanging man bearish patterns first. Nothing on the bearish side. On daily candles, neither hanging man, evening star, evening doji star. From my watch list, again, I'm running only in my watch list. You can scan this in any symbol. Like for example, if I look at all the stocks or all the symbols, I click scan. I want at least 20 records. I scan it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hi, Krishna. Hi, Satya. I'm doing good. And guys, if you are not able to access these scans, let me know. I am supposed to share a script tonight. I will post that on Twitter and in my Telegram so that if you want to pick it up, where you will see SPY equals to SPX. I made a note of that. Come on, why it's not running? So there's nothing here. So I'm not going into all symbols. Right now we have all symbols. There are 232 which are in bearish pattern. So let me just start from the market capital. Nothing useful. That's why I do not try them on my screen. I will only limit myself to my default watch list. So I do not have any bearish hanging man, evening star, evening doji star. All right, let's start from bullish candle patterns. Nothing. So there's nothing on bearish and bullish. Let's check on inside day. So inside day, we have a lot, about 19 inside days. Nvidia, Nike, Shop, Lucid, Sophie, Google. So I'll make a note. Google is inside day. ID. Nvidia is inside day. Inside day. Then I have triple Q in inside day. Triple Q inside day. ES is inside day. NQ is inside day. ES, NQ I do not consider right now because we're on the after hours. Shopify is one more. So we can look about Shopify. Shop. And let me do my last scan of 12 and 34 on last 30 minutes. It's only Intel where 12 crossed 34. So Intel is showing some positive momentum. So Intel 1234. It was ID 1234. Let me see 34 and 12. VMware, Big C. I'm not interested in them. So net, I have my list, which I wanted to start with. So I have inside days here in Triple Q, in Google, in Nvidia. If you want to try Nike, Nike also has inside day. That's really good, Praveen. I had to leave for my office demo, so I could not hold my positions on Nvidia. But the trade was good for you, and that's really good to know. All right, so let's start from ES. And also, there's one important thing in the morning. We have Bullard speaking at 9:30. Now he is, or I think he. Let me just confirm. I'm confused between his name and his face. Fed Bullard images. Yeah, this is the guy who is bearish, who is worried about economy, who is not worried about the stock market. He is going to be there at 9:30, right at that market. Also, we are going to have manufacturing PMI as well as services PMI at 9:45. This is an important number. So I will recommend, do not jump into any trades until and unless you understand what this gentleman is saying. Second, you need to understand where the PMI is heading. If PMI expectation is 47, if the PMI is lower than that, it means the growth is declining. If the services PMI, which was really good last time, if it comes down, it also means that the service sector growth is also declining, which may not be liked by the market, because right now market is trying to have some positive news. Single positive news, market pumps it. Otherwise, end of the day, it just gives up. All right. So this is about the initial setup. So I'm going to remove SPY from my list because it's adding too much of data for now. So let's start with ES. ES, you see, last night we talked about that ES could test 40-40. It came, it could not break. Now, what's happening here? You see, this was 40-70, which is yesterday. And this was a fake breakout because it broke out this line. Today, we made a lower low and a lower high. This was the high of yesterday. This was the high of today. This was the low of yesterday. This was the low of today. So we made a lower, lower high, and this is called as a fake breakout. Now, I mentioned in my comments yesterday that there's a possibility of fake breakout, but now what it is doing is it is setting up for a perfect inverted head and shoulders. Right there. If we can bounce from here, which we did. Last time we came here, we bounced. So this is shoulder number 1. This is the head of the head and shoulders. This is shoulder number 2. Right now we are right here. So we have bounced here. If we can cross 39.95, I think we will try to go towards 40.70. Now this, whether it fails or whether Bullard says something which pushes the market up, it looks like market is not giving up easily, especially the tech sector. So all the tech stocks, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Nvidia, Netflix, Google, Amazon, AMD, they are not giving up. They're trying to hold their momentum. They're trying to hold their direction. So unless we lose 39.60, this area, which is like the left and right shoulder bottom, I would not try shorts. That's what I see. I will try shorts only if I make a lower low than today, which is around 39.50, 39.60. If we break that, then it makes sense to go short. Otherwise, market is in such a momentum that every negative news is we sell off and every positive news we are bouncing. So in this case, it's a potential. And where I write potential, there's a possibility of going it higher. So potential, inverted head and shoulders. Yes, Jack, tech are stronger, and we discussed that yesterday and we followed it up today. So buy above 3995. If we can cross 3995, let's buy that. Stop loss is 3980, which is the 12 EMA. 40, 40, 40, 75. Possibility 60% on the higher side, 40% on the downside. Again, this can change conviction at 9:30, 9:45, depending on what Mr. Bullard and what are the manufacturing and services PMI numbers are. On the short side, so I'm going to give it a positive momentum. On the short side, if you want to sell, I will not encourage you to sell unless you lose like 39.70. So sell below 39.70. Stop loss is 39.80. Target is 39.48, 39.15. So fake breakout continuation. It has lost both 12, 34 and 12. So instead of 12 and 34, it has only lost 34 now. Yeah, 34. And let's also look at the weekly candle. There is a high possibility we exactly make a dodgy here. Like you look at this is weekly is a long-term candle pattern. So in the long-term candle pattern, I will do this similar for the NQ as well. We are making lower lows and lower highs, and we are going down on the weekly basis. Right now, we have one dodgy. If we have another dodgy tomorrow, that will be really, really tricky. So we need to see whether we are doing a dodgy tomorrow. For that dodgy for tomorrow, we need to have ES closed right at 39.80. No, open at 39.65. If we can have a closing between 39.65, 39.70, we'll have a gravestone doji, and that will be an ominous sign for the bulls. So let's see if we can break about 39.95, then we can make, if you see this right here, we are making a flag pattern, right? So if this breaks out, we could have a really good momentum. So 39.60 is something, keep in mind 39.63. If you are below this, then it's looking bad. Go to now NQ. So levels are clear for ES. Let's go to NQ. NQ, same exact thing. It's basing around this area. You can clearly and evidently see this. It's an inside day. We have candle within candle. The high here is right there. We tested 13,000 one more time. Could not have a closing above this area. This is a W which should break out. Tomorrow could be a breakout. Again, it depends on what are the comments coming from Mr. Bullard. It may change, but if we can cross 12,800, let me get the dollar number. Yes. See, this is the pace. I'll increase the candle size. You can see right here, 12,700 is a strong, strong support. It's an inside day. We have a small wick here, small, longer wick here. There's no wick open and low are same. That's the open low scan, which I recommend to the people so many times. They were same. And then we had a massive push. We hit 13,000 and then right there. Now, remember one thing. Since we have broken out from 12,600, which is a 61.8 Fibonacci, whenever we break out from there, we should hit 100%, which is 13,550. So we still have 700 points to play with. So if everything is fine, we should hit 13,500 by next week. So that's how bullish I am on the tech sector. So if something has to run, it should be the tech. Now, 12,700 is one important support. So I would now sell below 12,700 only. And my stop loss will be 12,800. On the longer side, I will keep 12,800 as my stop loss. Buy in the range 12,800, 850. Target is 900, 13,000 and 13,550. It's an inside day as well on inside day up. On the lower side, stop loss is 12,600, 1240, 455. That's the level for NQ. So NQ is extremely solid. Then we have triple Q. And you can also see from my DMI chart, you can see the positive strength is right there. And the momentum is there. The strength is coming in. Still, the positive momentum in NQ is not what it was in February first week, January last week. And there's not significant strength. That will come. There's not a negative momentum in tech. Keep that in mind. Every dip is getting bought. The momentum is getting higher. There's a dip, it got bought. There's a dip, it got bought. Tomorrow there's a dip, it got bought because the momentum is going higher. The strength is going higher. So do not try to fight the strength. On the contrary, I just want to go back to ES just to show you this. ES, everything like on the negative side is getting sold. The negative momentum was high and it was sold. Now in the afternoon or in the last few days, whenever the negative momentum was going up, it doesn't have strength. That's why we are always bouncing back. Again, we do not have any strength on the ES. The negative momentum is coming down, the positive momentum is coming down. So whenever we are coming down from all the ends, we can only bounce. So just keep in mind, positive inclination towards ES and NQ. Let's go to triple Q. Same thing with triple Q, it's showing positive momentum with some strength. Perfect inside day, it needs to break 314 on the higher side and a doji. Now, there's only one issue here. If we lose 3.6, it will become an evening star. So, inside day, down, below 306, potential evening star. Now, on the positive side, I want to buy above 310. I want to keep a stop loss of 3.8. Target is 314.50. And then I have targets of, once I hit this and this, there's small gap, which is right here. So we should hit 322. If you want to buy, you can buy near 306. Positive. There's no negative. Inside day up. So these are the targets. On the lower side, it's still there. I wanted to give them 70%, but I'm controlling myself because I want to hear what Mr. Bullet has to say in the morning at 9:30. Apple. Look at right here. The negative momentum died up right there. There was no point fighting here since then. It has only gone up. Now, what is happening in Apple right now? It's holding that 157.50. It's not able to break this dark red line. But what it has done is it has allowed the 12 EMA to catch up, and it's a breakout of inside inverted head and shoulders. Right there, that's a complete breakout. This was the neckline. We are right there. We are consolidating after good move. We're consolidating and we should break out. So there's a high possibility of inverted head and shoulders breakout. The momentum is solid. There's no need to fight. 157, 158 is an extremely good support. Stop loss, if you want to buy above 159.50. So Apple is positive, buy above 159.50. Target will be, let's cross this tomorrow, 161.25, 161.25, 164, 167. Again, I'm keeping $1 million pool as my comment. If we lose 157.50, then only short. Otherwise, do not short Apple. AMD and Nvidia are relentless. I have no words for them. They are totally relentless, and the strength is still going on. If you look at the previous times, the strength and the positive momentum, like when we go to 2021, was extremely high. Right now, we are at 104, 100 area. It has done like multiple times, but it's making higher highs every single day and lower lows. Now, there's a very high possibility if something gets ugly here, we may become an evening star because we have dodgy here. There's dodgy here. So if we lose 97.50, there's a possibility of an evening star. But 97.50 is good. Uh, so it is making higher high, higher lows, which is positive. Extreme strength, relative strength. 97.50, 97.60 is extremely good area of stop loss. So if you want to buy, you can do that. 97.50 if you want to buy. No, in that. Can buy dip near 97.50. But for now, the stop loss is 99.40. Again, if it dips, you can try a buy. Targets are 475, 109. I think we can hit 120 on AMD pretty soon. 109.57. Let me extend to the right. Now you will see I added my previous Fibonacci levels. This was 102.46. It came, tested that, and stopped. So this is again a 23.6 Fibonacci from a previous level. So I do not remove any of my previous Fibonacci levels. It gives me much and much more quality. So 102.50 will be a good area to break. So 104.75, 109 are really, really good. And I can mark this in blue. Amazon. Again, I'm focusing only on the tech stocks. I'm not going outside anywhere. Amazon is doing one thing. Amazon is setting up a very nice bull flag. People will see this getting frustrated, but you will see right here. The top is right here. We ignore the wicks. And the bottom is, we have the bottom, bottom and bottom. Extremely good bull flag. They're cutting on their strength. The momentum is positive. Only one thing it needs is we need some push in Amazon. We need to cross some really good areas. 1234 has done back tested test of support. Extremely good sign for me. A test of support. So Amazon, it's a bull flag for me. Buy near 97.5. It came to 97.5 today and then bounced to 98. So buy in this range, stop loss this. This is good. This is good. The levels are fine. CRM. CRM is making a I don't know what is called, like this pattern is called, but it's a gray stone doji. Like it's kind of making a V, and then it's allowing, I think it wants to test 184 first and then continue its move. If that happens, that will be really, really solid move. But right now it's making gravestone doji when your open and close are exactly the same. The open was 187.40, closed at 187.44. So in this case, buy in the range of 187, 188. Those are the levels. It's consolidating, breakout, yeah, breakout, breakout continuation, a breakout consolidation above 23.6. Levels are 194. Yep. So these are good levels for CRM. ITSI, ITSI tried, but it could not sustain. It went one time, it went all the way to 116, which was the first target on ITSI, 115, 116. It did, and then filled the gap, which we had. So this gap was filled today, and the moment it filled the gap, it lost the momentum and then turned red. Now it is coming to an area on the downward gap. If you can get it, and if it holds this downward gap and holds the 12 EMA, 12 EMA is 110.26. If it holds by above 110.50, I'm still keeping it neutral. If it comes, the possibility is right there. I do not want to sell it below 109. Again, I'm only focusing on tech stocks. If the market is holding right, tech stocks will run. Google, 91 to 106, closed right on my Fibonacci level, 105.60, bang on. Right from here, we talked about this consolidation, a perfect W. And if you've seen last day, it's a perfect W. This is a breakout zone. Tomorrow, if we can hit some momentum, I think Google can actually go to 120 from here. So there's some serious momentum in Google. Now, Google has an inside day breakout. So inside day up. Google is positive. Stop loss is now, I'm looking 100. Yeah. Stop loss is now 100 and let's keep today's low, 104.40. Buy above 105.60. Target 855, 110. 60 all the way to 120. That's Google's target. Google is in blue. My good probable trade. And I'm increasing it to 70%. If you get a dip on Google, just buy it. Gold started some momentum today, but I think it lost the leverage when Janet Yellen came and said, we are going to provide the support with additional dollars liquidity. So now this has finally broken out after a long, massive period. 186, one was right here, 186.24. So if it doesn't go higher from here, if we lose, that will become a double top. And temporarily double top can hurt gold. So keep an eye of 185. So I'm still neutral. My stop loss is now 185.25. Till the moment it is above this area, you can try, but it's neutral. Sell below 185.25, possible double top, and it can hit 182, 177. That's in red. Meta and Snap are benefiting from the news of TikTok. Extreme strength in Meta. There's no point fighting. Higher high, higher low. 202. It's hitting. Now we have come to an area where we can break 206. We can hit 206. We can hit. Then we can hit 217. 216. So Meta is positive now, but I really want to buy above 206, which I mentioned here. Unless I think the numbers are there, nothing is stopping from 210, 217, 227, 60%. And stop loss is 204. So that's Meta. Let me save this. Microsoft hit 281 today. Again, 1, 2, 3. How many times it's hitting? I don't know. It's again an inside day, roughly an inside day. I think we have a good support at 276 now on Microsoft. So Microsoft stop loss goes to 270. Let's make it 275. Buy above 277. 50. Target is 281. And we might hit 294. And there's a gap here. The gap is 285.50 on Microsoft. Sell below this area. Netflix. I really don't know what to do with Netflix today, because Netflix ran so much. And for the last few days, I was trying for Netflix to go long to 320. It did 320, like it bounced right 320. Now it has done some serious positive momentum. Can it continue? Yes, it can continue. It can go to 333. It has reclaimed 38.2 Fibonacci, test of 12 and 34. So Netflix is really positive now. But is it a stretch? I don't know. It has reclaimed 12 above 34. No, 34 and 34, 38.2 Fibonacci. It has reclaimed that. It is positive. Stop loss is now 319, which is the Fibonacci level. 319, 317. So 317 is your stop loss. Make it green. Buy above 3 to 1. Target is 328, where it struggled last time, and 334. That's Netflix. Nvidia. Similar to AMD, Nvidia is relentless. It tested the top. It's making dodgies right here. Somehow I feel it's about to give up, but it's not giving up. But you see dodgy, one dodgy, second dodgy, third dodgy, they have very limited bodies. It gives you a sign that yes, something is about to happen on Nvidia. So I'm not 100% positive, so I'm reducing it to neutral. It's already there. Uh, the only thing is that it's so many dodges when it happens. It gives you a little tricky. If I want to sell, I will sell below 269. No, sell below 269. And then it can hit 258, 253. So at 253. Whether there is a news which will come, whether there is a $10 million sell-off which is due, that happens. But this is very clear. Dodgy, dodgy, dodgy. Something about to give up. Dodgy, 3 back to back. So I'm neutral on Nvidia. Okay, I did copy it wrong. Just do this. Microsoft is fine. And if you want to buy, like the upward is 281 and it's fighting a tough area. I'll not try and up. But problem is the moment you go 269, the moment you ignore Nvidia, it runs. I think 281 will be the max Nvidia should reach. So if you want to sell, sell below 269. Instead of AMD, I would sell Nvidia first. So same thing, Nvidia, if we can, AMD, if we can get around 98, the near 100. If we can get AMD around 98, that will be perfect. 97. But in case chip stocks give up, Nvidia should give up quickly because Nvidia is making dodgy, dodgy, and dodgy. Then we have Roblox. Roblox did well today. It went down and then came down, tested and broke below 12 EMA. Now this is the sign which is showing, like if I draw a channel right here, connecting the bottoms, it connects perfectly right here. You see, it connects right here perfectly to the point. Now, this is an extremely good support area, 41. Either you need to wait for 41 or you can try to go long above 42.40. The Roblox is neutral. I will say buy above 41.50. So the test tested. And sell below 40 now. Target is 40, 350, 44.75. So Roblox is neutral for me. If you want to sell, sell it before or sell it below 40 area. Nvidia is struggling, then AMD can follow. AMD did not move as much as Nvidia did. So Nvidia is almost triple from its lows, and AMD is not there. So AMD, yes, can cool off, but AMD will be better than Nvidia. When will the gap in them? I don't know. Gaps are always filled, but I don't know. I tried shorting Meta until 170. It bounces from there. Now it's about 200. I don't know. Every single time they come up with a bloody news that there's a employee cut and it moves $10. The same cut was there in Accenture today and in Amazon a few days back. Amazon did shit. It didn't move at all. So I really don't know. Tesla. Tesla is in a range, holding beautifully 190 to 193 area. So I will not making it neutral. I will make it positive now because it's holding that area. If you can get in this range, 194, 199, increasing it to 60.40. I think Tesla is looking to hit 208 and break out. These are the levels for Tesla. Then I will include Shop tonight instead of DIA. The Shop was relatively good after their earnings debacle. It's an inside day first, and it's managing a good range as of now since the earning debacle. So it's trying to go into the gap of the earnings. You see the gap right here from 40, from 50, it opened to 44. So it will try to fill that gap. So I'm inclined, and it's a bull flag for me on Shop. Ignoring the VIX, it's a bull flag, clear bull flag. The Shop is positive. Again, this conditions remain if Mr. Bullet doesn't throw any new thing. He doesn't like the market. He doesn't care. So be very, very careful here. 45. Stop loss is 45. Buy above 46. Look for 47, 48 and 50. 48, 50. That's Shopify for me. Intel, if you want to do, you can do Intel. Intel is positive 1234. So guys, this is from me. Any questions? Gaps, 95% of the gaps are always filled. Great, Kundan. Can we have long SOXL? I think you are late for SOXL, Minabai. You should have entered a few days back, but now it's a little cool off in chip stops can give you some good opportunity in SOXL. See, Chirag, I've seen that your picks are, which are generally less liquid. G is consolidating. It's holding 12 EMA. It can move further. Yes. But they're less liquid. It's ready for the next leg. I don't know, but it's consolidating. If it loses 90, it can go down. Coin, as I said last night, there's no point selling it. And today it opened at around 62 and then hit 69. I think if it crosses 67 tomorrow, it can go really good. TJ Square should recover. Like as I posted in the channel, I'm expecting Square to recover. It did recover. And I wanted to manage 64 and then go. Chinese stocks are positive. Chinese stocks are positive. You can take KWAB, JD, PDD, Baba, Baidu, all of them are positive. And they will run. Praveen, I'm waiting for it. Nvidia, I'm waiting for. If tech stocks go down tomorrow, I'll be the first one to short Nvidia. Ulta, I somehow managing this range. It's making an inside day, Ulta. Like if you see the momentum is coming down, we are down in a range. So it's in a channel right now. If it breaks above 520, it has much more potential. Why TSM is not moving, I don't know. There are some fundamental reasons behind it. I don't know. Chris, those kind of things you need to research on your own. We are a good entry king. Don't know about that. Entry long on scale. Yeah, I posted 58 calls at 250 and it ran all the way to 7. Anyone else? Otherwise, I'm pretty much done. All right, guys. Thank you for joining in. If you like my content, please give it a like here. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube, do that so that you can receive the real-time alerts if you missed on Twitter. And thank you very much for joining in. All the very best to everybody for tomorrow. Bye-bye. Take care.